Hi everyone, this is Chase the Channel. My name is Kirill and we talk about watches here. Today we have a limited edition from Seiko, which happens quite rarely. It's dedicated to the release of the first Japanese wristwatch, which took place more than a century ago. These are the Seiko SRPK41K1 watches, and you can of course purchase them in my store. chasterclub.com, links will be in the description. We're greeted by light-colored watches with an elegant dial. The case, nothing really new, although I'm glad it's fully satin finished. Personally, I like this format when you want to get yourself practical watches that don't collect extra scratches. That is, look, polished edges, at least on top, don't greet us. And there are no polished edges on the back either. I don't see any polishing here at all. And this is very, very practical in modern conditions, meaning when bumping against corners or tables, the watches maintain their original appearance longer.
Слегка выпуклая.
Hardlex glass, beveled edge, large crown. Notice the truly large crown, and underneath the glass is a beautiful beige dial. I especially like its texture, somewhat rough, a bit similar to paper. You probably know, like certain business cards that aren't completely smooth, they have a similar texture. In any case, there could be many analogies here. The color itself is certainly not white, it's more of an ivory color, beige, again with several analogies. But note, the indices have luminous material. Note, large Arabic numerals with a complete 24-hour marking. There are also hands, maybe not noticeable at a direct angle, but like this, if you look from the side, you can see they have a beautiful blue color, and the second hand has a large counterweight. All of this naturally has luminous material. The calendar is classic. Yes, there's a 4R36 movement inside, which is basically used in almost all Seiko 5 Sports, because it has automatic winding and manual winding and 41 hours of power reserve. That is everything that a modern city dweller needs. Specifically, this model is limited edition and was released in honor of the 110th anniversary of the first Japanese wristwatch Laurel, which came out in 1913. The Seiko brand as such didn't exist yet. It would appear later, but still the same mood that was in the Laurel model is present here. The light tones of the dial, the minimalist execution, and the brown strap. It comes included with vintage style fasteners, almost like in the original model, which also had a brown strap. And the mechanism itself. Naturally, we can take a look at it. There's a transparent case back here. Regarding the limited edition, information about this is noted here, but the number isn't marked. There are no numbers. Nevertheless, only 6,000 pieces were produced worldwide. Also, by the way, here's information about water resistance, 10 atmospheres. And, well, the mechanism itself doesn't have any phenomenal finishing, but nonetheless, we can see the branded rotor and balance, all according to classic standards. The operation is also as simple as possible. Manual winding in the 0 position, then changing the date and day of the week. There's also Arabic language here. I remind you that Saturday is blue, Sunday is red, other days are black, and the hacking seconds feature is also present in the 2nd position when we change the time. The date starts changing in advance. At 12 it clicks over, then the day of the week follows, which completely changes closer to 3 o'clock in the morning. The luminous material is quite bright. It's nice that it's also on the indices, so in the dark you can easily tell what time it is. Look how well they fit on the wrist. They don't weigh him down at all, neither visually nor physically. And here the dimensions are small, height 48 millimeters, diameter almost 4 centimeters, thickness a little over 13 millimeters. But yes, the thickness has added up, of course, because the case back protrudes slightly and the glass is convex, but nevertheless. The steel bracelet, as you understand, is also satin finished. Yes, polishing takes a back seat here. Everything is really very practical. So the bracelet is 20 millimeters wide, designed for a wrist of approximately up to 20 centimeters, which means it's slightly smaller than standard. And the clasps, everything is secure. The watch won't accidentally slip off your wrist. Weight with the bracelet is 146 grams. With a leather strap, the weight will be slightly less. It looks stylish despite its vintage tone, appears quite modern, and can even be used with a business suit. Why not? It has a rather restrained look, and on a bare wrist, as you understand, it also looks great. Don't forget that there's also a leather strap included, which enhances, let's say, this retro tone. The strap, by the way, is produced in factories that manufacture leather in the most environmentally friendly way, if you happen to care about the environment. But overall, of course, the watch has wide application. This is normal for Seiko 5 sports collections, which contain not just sports watches, but everyday watches for a wide range of life situations. It's not every day that you get to hold a limited edition Seiko. After all, this brand's limited editions are very popular and usually sell out before even leaving Japan. Here we have a basically simple design, but no less attractive because of it. Especially once again, I would like to draw your attention to the textured dial. Pleasant texture to the eye, magnificent color, and combination with metallic color indices, numbers, and blue hands, just beautiful. Plus, of course, the set with an additional strap also can't help but please. But otherwise, it's classic Seiko 5 Sports, meaning a self-winding mechanism, decent power reserve, and nothing excessive in terms of finishing. Plus, the absence of polishing adds practicality. It won't collect unnecessary scratches. And the price hasn't jumped too far. For a Japanese limited edition, it's quite acceptable. You can purchase them both for everyday use or simply for your collection. At the end, I'd like to know your opinion about this model. Be sure to leave it in the comments below the video. And if you liked it, please hit like and subscribe to the channel. That's all. Goodbye, everyone.